to us a little bit about machine learning technology.
Well, and machines that learn. I mean, one of the things that's happened, because we think of this as, sort of data centers and deep software and so forth, but in this, we're starting to move into the home with it, with this, what people call a smart home, right? Which is these internet-connected devices in your home that, at least in theory, can, save energy, be more efficient, and do kind of remarkable things. You walk in the driveway and the lights go on in your house because they sense that your smartphone, which you're carrying with you, communicates by so-called near-field communication with, with the house, with these lights that are intelligent, right? So, and people see huge, potentially 30 to 40%. Energy is the first big savings, and the first big benefit that people are starting to see. And the kind of classic example of this is this so-called Nest thermostat, which so-called learning thermostat. It was founded by the guy who's the principal founder is a guy named Tony Fadell, who also did the iPod and the iPhone. Was one of the principal hardware designers at Apple, and then left to, made a ton of money and was tired working all the time. So he took a year off and traveled to Paris with his family, and then built a new house. And while building the house, he saw how clunky these thermostats are. Yeah. And so it's just there's got to be a better way. They haven't been changed in 50, 60 years. So the Nest thermostat has these sensors. It has a sensor that sees motion near to it and then further away in the room, right? And what it does is you put in certain settings for tolerances of you want it to be a certain degree level, whether it's 70 degrees in the day, cooler at night. You kind of put thresholds on what you'd like to see, and then you kind of live with it, and it nudges you to, well, we'll try 2 degrees cooler in the winter and 2 degrees, or 2 degrees, 2 degrees cooler in the winter and 2 degrees warmer in the summer, right? So, and see how comfortable.
So it tries to get you to save energy.
It nudges you. That's one of the things it did. But it also the motion detectors, for example, you work, right? So you're not at your apartment at home. It sees that you're not there, so it shuts it down to night level, right?
So you don't have to remember.
Yeah, you don't have to remember. Although it does. One of the things that they did early on, they figured that the settings and then they have to learn, so leave it up to the machine, right? People hated that.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? Because they couldn't be in control of it?
No control. That was the same. The other example people use is the Betty Crocker cakes. The cakes, this goes way back, but it's the same principle, right? The original sort of, cake mixes, which were, a huge labor-saving device, right? In theory, right?
Yeah.
And all they did is, you just put water and that'd be fine. People hated it.
Really?
You want to crack the egg and put it in.
Ah.
You didn't have to, but it made people feel like they were cooking it. And that was cognitive psychology and stuff like that. Right. And so the same thing is with this. So they found out that, people, and it's true of this technology generally. You have to let, the human has to be in the loop in some way. And even though, in most cases, once you set it up with this way, and you give people alerts, would you like to do this, that, they don't. So they let the machine take over. But there is the appearance and the option, to take over yourself. The other classic example is that, look, statistically, it's a lot safer to fly than drive a car, right?
Right.
But more people are afraid of flying than they are of the cars because you're not on average, a statistical average. You're the person driving the car. You feel that you're in control.
You do get
and
that.
They're going to have that same issue with the driverless cars, among others. But it's it's that sense that you are, even though in the aggregate, it's a lot safer to mile per passenger, right? Yeah. Passenger mile. It's a lot safer to fly than it is to drive, but that's not the way most people feel.
It's hard for us to think of it that way.
It is.